Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am back with my wonderful friend, EmeraldAly. How are you doing, Ali?
I'm a little nervous, but I think I'll be okay.
Cool. What have you got for us to do?
This is Mulaka. This is, I kind of liken it to a modern Zelda game. There's various levels that all end in a sort of gimmicky boss. And it's a game that celebrates the Tarahumara people of northern Mexico, the indigenous peoples there. Everything about this game is meant to be as authentic to their experience as possible. The music is played on instruments that are from that culture. Even the level geometry itself resembles areas in northern Mexico. The names used, it's just it's basically a love letter to this culture. But I don't want to make it sound like an anthropology lesson. It's a great game too, and you'll see. And are we ready?
Yeah, whenever you're ready to go, you can just count down and go.
Okay, time starts at File Selector. You'll see I'm using Profile 2. We'll explain why towards the end of the run. But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And I told Wolfie earlier that I wanted to donate like $2 every time I overmash a cutscene. Like that, so that's 1. I did that one on purpose, but it's still 1. Any cutscenes that are in engine are skipped with the B button. Any that are out of engine are skipped with the A button for whatever reason. First thing we do is we enter this Ring of Stones, which is supposed to be a forced fight, but just by warping to the area we're already in, we can skip the fight entirely. There are supposed to be dozens of those Ring of Stones fights throughout the game. We will do 1. And up this hill here, you see like a, I don't know quite how to describe it, like a door with 3 cutouts. What you're supposed to do is find these stones in the area to fit into those cutouts, and I actually need to kill these scorpions. That'll be fine. To open that gate, I call it a stone gate. You know, and major creativity points there. Almost every level has one of those. We will go through none of them the way we're supposed to. So here's how the skip for the first one. That was a little bad. I would probably reset a PB attempt for that, just because it's so close to the beginning of the game. But we're past it now, and we're already off on the way to the first boss. And you'll see what I mean by Zelda-like bosses in a second here. There we go. Yeah, we have a boss with a large armored shell on its back and an arena full of pillars. I'm not too proud to say that in my first playthrough, it took me like 3 minutes of running around to figure out what the heck to do here. You lead him into the pillars. There's also an NPC that tells you about attacking his legs, but really, once he knocks down 4 pillars, his eye will be exposed on his back, and that is his major weak point. And I don't want to go to these ones on the outside of the arena after the first 2, because you can see his back leg is submerged and unreachable. So I should go to this one next. And the 4th one, I guess, doesn't really matter because you're just there to spam hits until you fill out your special meter and do the special to finish him off. And one sort of annoying thing about this game is when you attack, it stores your forward momentum, so there's a running attack, that, and often you can do one when you don't really want to. And swipies are just bad RNG. We don't want him to do swipies. But he's coming around now. Swipies when we're already behind a pillar aren't so bad, but swipies like we just saw, that would also be a reset in a PB attempt. We just gotta fill out our special meter. This is why we killed those scorpions on the way up to the stone gate. Fills up the special meter just a little bit faster. And now, since we never paused during the level, we can just skip ahead to the next one by bringing up the map. If we had paused, it would not have been there on the map to select for fast travel. And we would have to go through the entire death animation of the boss and a cutscene. You can skip the cutscene itself, but it's better to not spawn it in the first place. Alright. Just 2 little skips to get out of this area. I filled both of them, but, you know, you can do it as many tries as you want. This one's harder. I should probably go back to the easier one, yeah. Do that. This tree has collision. You can bounce off of it. If you're good at the video game, which I'm not. There we go. This is the grand city of Pakime. And there's various little clues in the city that lead you to this area. This is where you find the bomb potion. Bombs are crucial to this game. Told you it's like a Zelda. And that right there is a bomb dupe. That is a glitch that I found. One of the only, like, OMG jaw-dropping glitches that I can ever recall finding by myself. And it gives you infinite bombs, basically, as long as you don't mess it up. Now, this Stone Gate skip coming up here, it's the one that makes me the most nervous, because it's usually fine, but every once in a while it takes me like 20 tries. Hey, first try, there we go. That's a load off. So we can just dupe bombs. Oh, by the way, Ring of Stones here. These are supposed to be force fights as well, but you can just run around them. It's not even hard. And we're to our second boss, the Mantis General. First thing we want to do is push him to the back of the arena and toss a bunch of duped bombs in his face. And he actually didn't do something he almost always does, which is his staff attack after 2 bombs. That is a little weird. And he floats up. He has various attacks. You know, probably the most annoying one is the clones, but it's pretty easy to see through all of them. There's various ways to do that. And why are you not dead? That should have killed you. There we go. So not a perfect fight, but pretty good, and better than my PB, definitely. Yeah, my PB is 27:51. It's the only run I've ever done that was sub 30 minutes. So I had been submitting this game to marathons with a 32 estimate, which honestly should be safe, but I've only had one run ever be under that. So I kind of pumped on the brakes a little bit for this event. Next up is Reso Rekubi, the cave by the stream, or the stream by the cave. I don't know. I don't speak the Tarahumara language, obviously. That's actually one of the reasons that the developers Lienzo, they are from Mexico themselves, of course. Why they were inspired to make this game is because the Tarahumara culture is dying out. And at least for a while there, I don't know if it's still the case, some of the proceeds from this game, I believe, were sent to efforts to preserve the culture. That is a wall clip I am very inconsistent at. I am stoked to get that first try. It doesn't save a ton of time, about 10 seconds, but I'm very excited to get that first try. Yeah. And if you think you've seen some skips, you know, there's actually a couple different places I could say this phrase, but if you've seen some skips, if you think you've seen some skips, hold on to your butts. That alone is a pretty significant skip. You're not supposed to get up here anywhere near that easily, but we're about to go a little crazier. We are now out of bounds on top of the level. And there's actually an Easter egg up here of the main character of Lienzo's first game, Hunter's Legacy. A cat called Iki. I've played Hunter's Legacy. I don't like it quite as much as Mulaka, but it's certainly got its audience. And I asked the developers once if that meant they intended for the player to be able to come up here, and they said yes. I'm not really sure they meant that, but oh, I guess so. There's definitely some skips in this that are not developer intended at all. So we never even see the stone gate in this level. That just goes straight to the boss. I don't know why I queued another bomb dupe, but thankfully the cutscene took me out of it. Getting back to the top of this arena is honestly one of the most monk-ass parts of this run, because if that happens, if the boss attacks you, you automatically lose a soul. That's what the health in the top right corner of the screen is called. It actually is called souls. I'm not making that up. It's because in Tarahumara tradition, a man is considered to have 3 souls, hence the 3 that our character Mulaka, the Tarahumara shaman, has, and a woman is considered to have 4. So dupe 3 bombs onto the boss mouth at the bottom of the cave and then throw the spear. If you don't throw the spear, the game will actually teleport you to the bottom. I think because you're expected to climb back down there and just hit it with your spear. But that's obviously incredibly slow. And before bomb duping was discovered, we would pick a whole bunch of chia. The game has a very simplified crafting system. You just pick plants to create, they call them potions, but it's really just stuff on the D-pad you see on the bottom left of the screen. I don't know why I did that. There's heals, bombs, rage potions, which are a damage buff, and shield potions, which we'll never even discover. That's 2 overmashes. That one also kind of intentional, because I want to go down here and pick some plants. But it still counts. Kind of wanted 3, yeah. 3 is like super safety strats. Pick an extra one just in case you screw up a dupe, because if you screw up a dupe, you know, you need 1 in that slot to be able to dupe. 2 extra ones is just like super safety. So this level is really long with lots of convoluted puzzles. Well, they're not convoluted, but they have many steps. And we're not going to do any of them. We just jump through that tiny little gap in the stone gate, and we're off to the boss. And can I get some white people happies in chat, because behold the boss. And he's got various moves: shake, suck, stomp, and jump. Suck is the one we want him to do. Shake is the one we don't want him to do. No Taylor Swift Shake It Off. Shaking will only add debris and enemies to the arena. This is how you damage him. You do the bear transformation. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention you turn into animals in this game. It's not quite as cool as that makes it sound, but it is still pretty cool. Do the bear transformation to push the fish skeleton into his mouth while there's all the air he's sucking in to suck in water and shoot it at you. And the red lines on the fish skeleton indicate that you can interact with it as the bear. The game does tell you that. It's not something you have to guess. Where is the boss? That has legitimately never happened before. That was weird. Case of the disappearing white peepo. That was super weird. You can mostly ignore the ads in this fight. Oh, here, we're getting a demonstration of why you don't want to ignore these guys. I was trying to throw a bomb at him. These guys thankfully die in 1 bomb, if it actually hits them. Alright, this is kind of a scuffed fight, but I haven't missed any cycles yet, so should be okay. Yeah, when Speed Souls member emeritus Kimp used to run this game, he called this guy Bulbasaur in his splits. I don't entirely understand that, but I'm sure it's fitting. I think he's dead here. There might be one more. Okay, yeah, it's definitely one more. Yeah, one more. And yeah, it's just more of same, so if you got any donations, let her rip.
I just want to let you guys know that coming up soon, and I'm pretty sure Ali, you'll probably agree with this. I'm pretty sure you will. The next run is a 2x item and randomizer race between Master and Milt, but after that, a little bit further in today, we have the Dark Souls 2 All Achievements race between 2 Red 2 Game and Mr. Brood.
2 of my favorites.
We have to basically there's a bid war to decide which one of them has to fight Ancient Dragon. Who would you want to see fight Ancient Dragon Alley? Brood or Red?
Oh, definitely Brood.
Absolutely, 100% agree. It's got to be Brood,
There's
right?
another overmatch,
And luckily,
so that's 3.
Brood is in the lead by $29.
Alright.
And 3 matches we're up to, right?
Yes, 3.
Yeah, I had the same count. Nice.
Take a tiny little deboost through that mushroom dude. This is the first level with a mini-boss, and we're just going to run straight to him. Yeah, you're supposed to, like, toss a bomb at that wall or knock it down as the bear, but you can just jump over it. It's really simple. There's a Ring of Stone skip here that I messed up so many times in my practice. Thankfully, I didn't there. All you have to do is keep left. So we have the Scorpion mini-boss. This is the 1 rage potion we use. Throw the spear at his eye. Get in there and just go to town. He wakes up, do the bear in his face. That should stagger him again, and it did. And that is about as good as that fight can go. Yeah, my damage buff was still on when the fight ended, so yeah, seems good. Gonna wait for the statue to spawn in. Once it says game saved on the bottom of the screen, we warp back to the area we're already in to skip the cutscene. Yeah, the story of this game is kind of basic, honestly. It's actually drawn straight from Tarahumara myth, but it's still kind of a basic story for a video game. It's just saving the world from evil. And the cutscenes we're skipping are the various animal demigods conferring their powers upon Mulaka. We just got the Puma transformation, which has the ability to dash through midair like so. It also has the ability to clip through invisible walls. And this cutscene, it's not a cutscene, but this boss should have had a cutscene preceded that I always, and I swear to you I'm not just saying this, liken to Ornstein and Snow. Because it's this red guy just dropping into the arena from up above, and, you know, it's a fight against multiple enemies, so how can it not be Ornstein and Snow? Just toss some bombs at him, do the bear transformation, get our special off. Red guy has way more health than the other two. But there he's dead. And you may have noticed that for a moment there, nothing was really happening. I had queued up a bomb dupe and I was just waiting to throw it. You might think, oh, why not use a rage potion there? And that is what we used to do before bomb duping was discovered. But rage potions don't add damage to consumables. They only add damage to melee attacks, so it's completely pointless. This level here, we'll take the save point, because, I don't know, maybe we'll want to come back and finish this later. No, of course, we take that save point to set our spawn there. And actually, I only recently discovered that you don't have to do that in the previous level. I always used to, but you don't have to, and I discovered it, ironically enough, by watching Kimp's run. Kimp's run is pretty old. It has some pretty old strats in it, but he's still got like a 30-18, I think, which is not bad at all. It's still 3rd place. Or, no, it's 4th place. You know, out of about like 10. Not a lot of people run this game, but it's so cool. I would love to see more people take it out. Didn't really mean to do a Puma there, but it's fine. Now, the Scorpions are the most annoying enemy here, just because they're so small and hard to hit. Oh, I did not think the bomb would finish off the red guy there. The red frog is another one that can swallow us up, and that's just a waste of time, the animation. We got a finisher stored up. There's one specific enemy it is reserved for. And it is, where is he? That guy right there. Oh, I might be too far away from him. No, I got him, good. That guy is incredibly annoying to, he'll fly around the arena. You're supposed to hit him with your spear, but he's incredibly okay, that's not great. I just did the bomb dupe incorrectly and cost myself a health potion, which sucks, but shouldn't be a big deal. But yeah, the flying mantis is the worst. That guy there dies in a bomb, a puma, 2 bombs or 2 pumas. A bomb and a puma is easily the easiest way to take care of him. I'm sorry I haven't been looking at chat much. I have it pulled up, but I've just been so focused on the game. I hope you guys are enjoying the run.
They are. Don't worry.
Okay, good. So this is another one of those, if you think you've seen some skips, hold on to your butts. Because this one's really silly. I should shout out the world record holder, Pedrogas. 25:13 is his time because he's not a human being. I'm pretty sure he found this, and how? Just how do you combine all of the factors necessary to find this? That was a little bit scuffed, but I'll take it. It requires, you know, knowing that this area is directly above the boss, which it is, that there's collision here, that you can get out of bounds where I did, that you can glide the way I did up this high. This is just so wild. And you may have noticed I did the bird morph in midair. That is because if you're doing that glide thing, or if you're doing the unstable ground dance for more than 12 seconds, the game will automatically move you back to your last stable point. And it takes longer than that to reach where I needed to reach. This guy has an AI loop. Let's see if we can pull it off. Involves staying by his right back leg and not getting hit. Done perfectly, this fight will last 3 cycles, and that's not perfect. You don't want him to do that attack. All that attack does is waste time. So of course he does it a second time. And he can actually do his Vine Fist outside the Ring of Stones, which is just great when that happens. And I did a tutorial for this game. It actually happened in that fight. So it was sort of good, I guess, to demonstrate the worst possible thing that can happen. 160 HP means we're in line for a 3 cycle. So we just need him to throw his Vine Fist down again. Alright, hopefully this will work. Yeah, should be fine. Yep, 3 cycles. Nice. Yeah, if you go past the 3rd cycle, he does this attack where he rolls around the arena, and it just takes forever. Alright, we are moving right along here. By far the hardest skip in the game coming up here. So I'm probably going to go silent for a second. I screwed it up. Take 2. There we go, second try. Not horrible for a no reset run. And again, so much of the out-of-bounds area of this game has collision. Not all of it, though. There's some of it that doesn't, so... You know, I always let go of the sea snake transformation there just a little bit so I can slide forward doing the out-of-bounds dance, which is about as fast as running, but it also... I also have that little bit of mana left over in case I need to use it. This level, if you've played the game casually, which, you know, I doubt anyone here has, but if you play the game casually, this level takes probably 10 minutes to do without skips, even if you know exactly what you're doing. There's, like, tons of, like, flying puzzles that you have to get through, and... like these explosive balls in midair that you have to dodge when you're in bird morph. But in the speedrun, we just go straight to the boss. We dance. guy has weak points that glow on his body. There will be 12 of them. They always light up in the same order. So I know exactly where I'm going. Famous last words. 2. Ugh. Yeah, I know exactly where I'm going. How did I not see that? Bomb duping really helps here. I never thought to bomb dupe here until I saw Petrogas do it in his 25-13 run. The next one is on his back. It's 2 actually on his back. But it's really good because 2 bombs take out a weak point. You have to toss your spear 3 times to take one out, and it takes a butt ton of melee hits. And bombs are definitely faster than spear tosses. Pedrogas also has this glitch where he can throw the spear a lot faster. I've managed to do it by accident a couple of times. It's not something I've ever really gotten in my bag of tricks. So the rest are all on his back. And hopefully I'll be able to stay on his back the whole rest of the fights. I have not been able to do that in practice the last couple of days. Because he gets a little squirrely here. And the next one's on his head. In Kemp Splits, he called this fight Shadow of the Mulaka, which sounds about right, frankly. That one's hard to target with bombs. You can lock on with spear tosses, you can't lock on with bombs. So that's why I do that one with spear tosses. And honestly, I should probably just, dang it. Should probably just do spear tosses the whole rest of the way. And I'm down to 1 soul, that's not ideal. Yeah, I have to go up the side of the arena there, because the little orange flowers on his legs that the Puma transformation can climb up, they're gone now. Alright, this is quite a bad fight. I've actually had worse, but not many. Okay, we are dead. I really only wanted to use these heal potions in the final fight, but I'm 1 hit away from dying, so no. And yeah, this is about as bad as this fight can possibly go. I'm not sure at this point if I've had worse fights. Yeah, last weak point too. So, rip. For the last one, I do just pop this off. Now, this fight's gone horribly for me in practice the last few days, so only fitting that it would go horribly here too. Oh, there's another one. There's a couple of really cool skips here in the Underworld. That's where we are, by the way. The Underworld, we've been sent to fight essentially the personification of evil, Padergori. And the reason I was so, Monka-esque when I came to load up or actually let me talk about this first. The hitbox for this cutscene extends beyond where you can actually stand. I love skips like that. I'm going to pick some plants because I am scared. I want at least 2 heals. The skip you can do there, I was actually nailing it in practice, but it's very inconsistent. But yeah, the reason I was so Monka-esque when I started up the run is because I opened up the stream to pop out the chat, and my name was already in the info bar. But I still had some setup to do. This game is supposed to end with a boss rush, but it's skipped by clearing it on another save file. You can see those lights back there that are lit up. Those are the 5 waves of the boss rush. I did them on the first profile, and now we're on profile 2, but the game thinks they're already done, so it only spawns the final boss. Never been especially good at this fight. First couple of phases are really easy. You just stay by essentially his belly button if he had one, and just go clockwise with the swipes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. He'll attack. He'll expose his heart. I'm gonna do the Puma transformation into it. Puma has the most damage by far. Bear has a better hitbox, but Puma does more damage. Where am I? That was weird. So yeah, just stay under his armpit basically, and just go clockwise with the swipies. It will get a lot more complicated. Well, hopefully you won't see it get a lot more complicated, but it will get more complicated in later phases. Okay, so we've hit him twice now, and now he's summoning fireballs from the sky that explode into ads, which is just rude. The swipies do a lot of damage. Oh, I forgot to mention the area where we discovered the bomb potion. The old lady who you found there, she also sells upgrades, but there's no point in getting any in the speedrun. You don't even have enough Karima for them until like the very end, but even if you wanted to get an upgrade, even if you had enough, you would have to warp back to that area. I'm not quite sure what just happened there. He exposed his heart, and I didn't have to throw the spear at it. He just went into his vulnerable state. That was weird. Yeah, generally speaking, you want to do the same thing in the later phases. Stay close to him and go clockwise with the swipes, but there's just so much other stuff in the arena, it's a little tough to do that. And if he barfs, you actually want to run straight into it. It does damage you a little, but it clears the arena too. Trying to jump over that. Oh! Thankfully his heart stays exposed for a little while. And that stays open for a while too. Is it one more cycle? It is one more cycle, so get ready on time. Time is on the final hit of the boss, which is not quite when you lose control. But it is what we call time. This is a little chaotic. And even the machine-like world record holder that I mentioned, Pedrogas, even he gets hit quite a bit here in his run. Alright, let's hope we don't lose any more souls. Because I am fresh out of heals. Since I screwed up bomb dupes. Bomb dupes, by the way, are done by selecting the bomb potion and then selecting a different potion and then selecting the bomb potion again. We never even discover the shield potion. Get ready on time. Time. So the shield potion is the one I use for it, but I inadvertently hit the health potion on one of them. As you can see, that's not quite when you lose control. But here we have the final cutscene where the godlike figure tells us that the cycle of good and evil cannot be broken, and the world that Mulaka has come from must actually be destroyed to start anew. But because of the bravery and character that Mulaka has shown throughout his journey, this godlike figure grants his people, implied to be humans, a place in the new world being made, and that is essentially the Tarahumara creation myth. And we skip the one of these that's at the very beginning of the game, but it's just a really nice touch here. There's one of these at the very beginning of the game, also at the very end here. Narrator telling the story in the Tarahumara language. Thanks for the GGs. I meant to throw it to Wolfie a couple more times, but I just...
No, you're fine.
I kept talking.
No, it's honestly absolutely fine. It was a really good run to watch and listen to commentate. And I just want to say as well, like I know, like over the past, like the past few years, or even maybe even since SCM's inception, I know you have always expressed interest in running at the event. So it's really awesome to actually finally have you running.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to run a game that's a little bit more Souls-like. I guess this one does have a few...
Yeah, the game literally has souls in it. I mean, that's... What do you want?
Yeah, and just if we could stay with it for just one quick more second.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't need to do the whole thing, but what is this? This has not happened. I'm not used to having control there. That was incredibly weird. But just this credit sequence is super cool. You're the bird and you're flying through the credits, and it actually keeps track of how many letters you fly through in the bottom right corner of the screen. If you touch nothing at all, you will fly through 110 letters. Anyway, that's Mulaka.